What's going on, everyone in Suppress? So Activision and Charlie Intel and Call of Duty has released a sneak peek minor breakdown on the update coming out for Season 2, February 15th. So first we're going to dive into Charlie Intel on Twitter has released that breaking Modern Warfare 2 Warzone 2 Season 02 roadmap. Multiplayer, we are now getting ranked play, 6v6 maps, 2 ground war maps, infected, gun game, and grind. 3 modes mid-season. Warzone 2 overall broadly. Ashika Island Rebirth. New modes, new features, QL updates. We are also getting new battle pass, store bundles, 5 new weapons. Let's go to the breakdown on Charlie Intel. Here you go, guys. It's looking like Ashika. We're going to get Suki Castle, Ganiku Farms, Port Ashika for Resurgence. 1v1 Gulag. We're now going to a 1v1 Gulag. New public event, Data Heist. Redeploy Drone. Search and Destroy Contract. Restore Honor Mechanic. Personal Watercraft PWC. DMZ is also getting Ashika Island. New boss, new weapon case. The Bomb Maker. Going over to multiplayer, rank play, new episodes, Dome's coming back, Valdera's Museum, International Airport, bringing it back from the old schools. Zalia Observatory will now be a multiplayer. Infected for modes, gun game, grind, drop zone, all or nothing, one in the chamber. Weapons looks like it's the ISO Hemlock assault rifle. Broadside shotgun, crossbow, dual kudachis looking like machetes, samurais, something of the sort, and then the Tempest Tourist marksman rifle. New characters and operators, Daniel Ronan. Rose getting a new skin, Nova. Ruthless Pursuit, Sheeted Blade. New bundles. Alright, guys, that's your overall Charlie Intel. Let's move on over to Call of Duty blog. Alright, here, guys, it's going to go deeper into exactly what the update's going to have. Unfortunately, I don't think they give us everything we're wanting, but it's a good start. Global changes, crash and stability. I know that's a big issue. Scan and repair, just automatically quits, updates. Pretty much they're stating here that they're still working on it. Audio. PC players may be experiencing audio issues due to discrepancies in the number of channels they are outputting. PC output stereo has been in place as an option. Please be sure to check Windows and in-game audio settings are set correctly in accordance with your listening environment. So a lot of us have had this issue on PC to where we don't hear UAV or airstrike incoming, mortar incoming, even footsteps when they're very close. We hear them 1 second, then we don't hear them at all, but they're still running. So hopefully this is something that they're actually trying to die down and actually dial in and fix. So hopefully that makes a difference on the audio. UI, a number of UI, UX updates are coming to Season 2 to improve overall flow of in-game menus. These updates include navigation and organization of camo, social tabs, swapping and player muting, bundle screen, quick equip, battle pass, bundle store. Many more bug fixes. We've also recently introduced a fix that stored instant speed of recent players and menus and status refresh of friends. Experience. Improved after action report with audio. That's pretty cool. Play again feature in Battle Royale. Bug fixes, challengers, battle pass, weapon. All right, weapon balance. Huge takeaway here. Okay, weapon balance is something we are always analyzing. And we'll be balancing the weapons for Season 2, just like any other season or mid-season update. Details on the weapon balances. Oh, they're not going to give it to us, guys. They're not going to go deep in detail on exactly what they're going to be Balancing on the weapons, which makes sense. That'll come out with the patch notes on February 15th. Battle Royale, the Gulag. Now we're going back to 1v1. A lot of complaints on that. It's a rough relationship with that one. Sometimes it's the 2v2 is okay, and most time it's not. 1v1, so now you no longer have to worry about your random teammate not being there or being able to pull their weight to get you out of Gulag. Players will see the return of the original Warzone overtime mechanic, the nomination style flag control point in the center in place of the jailer. In order to bring this challenge online sooner, we have edited the existing Season 1 Gulag for better 1v1 combat. So it sounds like they're just pretty much going right back to Warzone original, Warzone 1. We've also made some logistical changes to the Gulag experience, ground loot, etc. Loadout players will spawn in with assault rifles, submachine guns, light machine guns, primary weapons. So it's going right back to literally the Warzone 1. For those leaving the arena victorious, the Gulag will grant a larger cash reward. Okay. Alongside a victory cash reward mentioned in the previous, the Gulag will now spawn cash as ground loot to encourage and reward players willing to prowl the arena. Cash economy. In addition to changes to the Gulag outlined above, we are balancing the Battle Royale economy with a slight reduction to cash reward for completing contracts. So they're reducing it, so no longer going to be able to contract spam and get a ton of cash. Piles from ground loot to 800, and from cash registers to 500, previously $100 minimum. In addition to this, cash can be acquired via ground loot containers, etc., strongholds, same as it is now. This redistribution should make it quicker and more consistent gameplay in pursuit of resources. All right. Loot and inventory. We're shifting away from the loot windows, floating loot that will drop out of all containers in the world, similar to supply boxes. All right. Backpack system gives players the agency to customize their inventory for a desired playlist wrote within the squad. Loadouts. Core part of Warzone Battle Royale, something to close attention to. The changes players have seen with the launch of Warzone 2 and since then have ultimately been in pursuit. Okay. We'll introduce customizable perk packages. So now we get to customize, guys. That sounds awesome. Can also have a downfall there. So you're going to have a lot of squads teaming up, running different perks for different reasons. I think that's pretty cool. It's also going to be the new meta, I believe. Being able to adjust each individual teammate's perks. That's going to be critical. We want to navigate this particular feature as careful as possible, ensuring that all available perks provide ample utility and balanced options. That's going to be a problem. Primary weapons will continue to be available at buy stations. That's good. But now at a more affordable price point so that players can pursue victory with their most desired weapons. I didn't think that was really an issue at this point. The price of loadout drop makers has been slightly reduced so the respective squad sizes can acquire their full loadout at a faster pace. Wow. Players may find one while looting through Al Mazrah. A second loadout drop public event has been added, which means that the drops will now happen on the first and fifth circles each match. Wow, that's crazy. So not only can you buy for a reduced price the loadout, but you can also now apparently find loadouts throughout the map in Al Mazrah. But now they're adding an additional loadout drop to the event from the first and fifth circle each match. Guys, that's a lot of opportunities to get your loadouts, get your weapons. I mean, I personally don't think right now it's ever been an issue. I think it's a core component of the game and situational of the game. But we'll see how this works. All right, additional changes, 3-plate vest. We're constantly evaluating the pace of the combat engagement and have decided to make a change. All players will now start with a 3-plate vest. What? Varying sizes of the vest will no longer exist in Battle Royale loot. This standardization will bring a more reliable feel to each engagement from the get-go. We'll continue to look at the data about optimizing downtime, improving the ability to recover from a prior engagement. That I don't... Not too sure about that, guys. I mean, let me know what you think. I don't think that's. I think two plate, searching for a three plate, looting, going through different buildings to try to get that three plate is a major effect of the game and part of the game. So that means dropping in with a pistol, if that's still how we're going to drop in, or random weapons. Dropping in with a pistol, you're going to have to put some rounds into somebody with a three plate right off the rip. Movement, here we go. Awesome. We've made an important tweak to movement that should yield better outcomes for players in combat. Starting with Season 2, players will be able to bust through doors while plating the way they would if they were sprinting. This change includes a slight increase to movement speed while plating to enable players to get to cover faster in moments of need. So I know a lot of people have had issues with how the movement currently is, wanting it to be more so faster pace as in regular Warzone 1. So maybe that might change the dynamic of things. We shall see. Buy stations. Let's read that. Strongholds, think will remain the same. Gameplay experience with high payoff. Then into DMZ, enemy tuning. Season 1, the AI and DMZ were challenging. Yes, they are. But the ramp up of difficulty was often steep, with some players getting overwhelmed. Depending on the area, that is absolutely accurate. With Season 2, we've introduced a number of balance changes to adjust the types of AI spawning. The number of AI spawning and the accuracy of AI at range and much more. All of this should provide a challenging but manageable play space that still requires players' respective enemy combat in DMZ. So this is huge, guys. I was big in DMZ right off the rip. Got to tier 5 in all 3 very fast. But it got to the point to where anywhere we went, we were getting sniped from multiple directions from AIs. And a lot of times we had tons of contract equipment in our backpacks. We're about to exfil, and we had to go through this just a massive amount of John Wicks of AIs. And a lot of times we died simply because we were player engaging and AI engaging. And them AI just, some of them don't miss. So that's going to be an awesome addition there. That'll make it more enjoyable for sure, especially for you solo players that go in DMZ. Spawn points, we're tuning some of the infill across Zara for impact. Okay, so they're going to try to make it more isolated spawn points throughout the map, so you're not right on top of each other. That's another thing. Mission difficulty tuning. Didn't really think that was an issue right now, but crashes. We know crashes are especially impactful in DMZ if you lose all your items, contraband. It is a priority in Season 2, and we are committed to increased stability. Stay tuned for more specifics. Nothing on that, guys. Sorry. Scan and repair. All new missions are coming to Season 2. Awesome. Including a refresh of your current faction missions progress and inventory. Yeah. It's a reset, guys. We will be detailing all the need-to-know upcoming blog. Locations. With a new exclusion zone coming to Season 2, players will have a third option to choose from the deploying into DMZ. Faction mission. Okay. Multiplayer. Here we go. Audio. Apparently there's major issues. Multiplayer. Audio. Re-implementing that occlusion system and are happy to report that it will be back online with launch. Okay. Perk balancing. Okay. Weapon balancing. We have several weapon balancing changes coming along with the new weapons for Season 2. Stay tuned. Hardcore. Hardcore mode is returning. Replace Tier 1 mode. Pretty much the same thing. We're excited for fans to have this franchise favorite back. Playlist. Valentine's Day playlist will return. Stay tuned. Detailing multiplayer mode coming. Okay. They're not really giving us much on these guys. Awesome here. Ranked play. Last week we confirmed that Ranked Play, a deep multiplayer experience, is done in partnership with Treyarch and Call of Duty Infinity Ward, is coming to Season 2. Details on ranked maps, modes, and more will come. That's awesome. So it's more like a Halo 3 feel. Back in the day, for all you older folks, it grounded out Halo 3. Solos, duos, trios, snipers, SWAT. You grind it all the way up to 50. So that's going to be awesome there. That's going to be a new dynamic, especially on the competitive chart. That's so cool. Looking ahead. All right, so key takeaways, guys. Key takeaways. I think obviously crashes, audio, yes. Weapon balance, key takeaway. That's going to be huge. Depending on what they do with the weapon balance here, LMGs, your RPKs, your SAC-ins, your RALs, those might go away. That might not be the meta. Assault rifles, TAC 56, your Kastov 762, your 545. Those may not be the meta anymore. They may take away balancing. They may take away just how powerful the LMGs are and how accurate and low recoil that they are in accuracy. So weapon balance, definitely key takeaway. Gulag, awesome takeaway. 1v1, finally. Loadouts, I think this is going to be a dynamic change. Absolutely. So many different ways to get your loadout instead of just trying to find that much cash to get it. They made it cheaper and potentially find looting around the map and an additional loadout drop happening on the 5th circle. Awesome here. Dynamic change for sure. 3-plate vest right off the rip. That's going to be interesting as well. I think it's going to minimize the rooftop drops. Zarya especially dropping in 3 plates with a pistol. If we're still spawning in with a pistol, that's going to be rough there. It's going to be more keen to players dropping in somewhere where they know they can actually get a legit weapon, AR, submachine gun, and actually battle up against the 3-plate. Movement. That's huge here. Maybe more involved in that. I know a big complaint right now is the movement not being tailored more towards Warzone 1. As everyone says, this is a dad's game. Your typical dad, apparently, with the movement and the mechanics, can be insanely good at this game. No more battling out 1v4 simply off movement. So maybe this will take it back and bring it back. We shall see. Then your DMZ. Enemy tuning, huge right here. Maybe this will change the overall enjoyment and experiencing and going in solo or even just duo on the enemy tuning, getting rid of the John Wicks sniping you from across the map from 3 different locations. Spawn points, crashes, definitely. Can't tell you how many times I've been involved. About to exfil with tons of contraband and missions about to complete and completely crash and have to reset. Multiplayer. Weapon balancing, that's also going to be a game changer. Going to come out with new metas. Guns aren't going to be as strong as they were. That will all be in the patch notes. Hardcore, awesome playlist, ranked play. So fun, guys. That's going to be awesome. Like I said, let's take an overlook here again, guys. You got the new map coming in, Ashika Island, your rebirth, pretty much, resurgence. Your points of interest look awesome. New features in DMZ as well. Modern Warfare, multiplayer, ranked, raid, new maps, new modes, new weapons, new operators. Well, there you have it, guys. I will be putting the links of both of these into the description. There's your new update, Season 2, sneak peek, coming out February 15th. We'll get the nitty and gritty, more details when the patch actually comes out on the patch notes. But there you have it, guys. Really excited to see this, what they implement and how they implement. Other than that, guys, there you go. Leave some feedback, like, subscribe, comment. See you on the next one.